I was just asking what was the first book you picked up that led you into kind of studying this stuff?
First book I picked up that led to my awareness that I have now was called Awareness.
Really?
It's called Awareness by Anthony De Mello, and I could text it to you later. But yeah, Awareness.
I like taking notes.
Yeah, no, you can take notes.
Okay.
Feel free to take notes. Awareness. What Awareness had taught me, I guess, is a completely new way of looking at things, which is to be the watcher of your mind. And I was like, what does that even mean, to watch your mind? Like,
Wow.
And then it kind of like to separate yourself and to like pay attention to everything you do. He said, don't try to change your life. Try and be aware of everything that you're doing right now. Like, what are you doing?
Wow.
And what that leads to is it leads to you seeing a lot of your unconscious behavior, which means behavior you do and you think that you want to do it, or you think that it's normal to do it, like it was a normal reaction, and really it's a programmed response.
Yeah.
So we live mostly through programmed responses. A lot of people live through programmed responses, which is they think somebody was being rude to them, so then they immediately be rude to that person. And that person may have had no clue they were being rude, and then you end up kind of making because you felt hurt by them, then you make them hurt you more because you're rude to them. So then it just kind of like cycles back and forth. So that book right there kind of brought me to a lot. But it took me from reading that book I read that book in like 2012. So it took me from 2012 to 2015, so 3 years to fully integrate awareness into my life. But Oneness, a book called Oneness, was probably what got me even more.
Wow.
Besides books, the biggest thing that ever got me, I think, was my own suffering, my own pain.
Wow.
Yeah. Pain is a catalyst. It is actually on purpose. Like, we chose to come here. We chose to live here. We chose to come to Earth in a specific form. The form we chose is exactly the form we needed to catalyze us and to go in a specific path. Mm. So all of your circumstances in your life are like kind of like little bumpers. They're trying to push you in one direction.
Yeah.
So when you have a lot of suffering, people do one of two things. They get angry, they get emotional, and they just start rejecting life like, screw this. I don't need this shit. And when you get like that, you actually keep yourself in that vibration. You keep yourself in the life you hate by hating it. If you can become more aware from the negative feelings in your life, when you become more aware of it, instead of going more unconscious, what happens is you actually move yourself to a better reality. So if you have pain, and instead of oh, that puppy's so cute. Anybody see that puppy? Look at that puppy. He's just...
What's his name? His name's Fang.
Fang. You want that, Fang? All right. No, he's good. We'll leave Fang alone. So basically, when you have a negative thing happen in your life, you have to realize that do you guys understand the concept of a higher self? A higher self.
You're saying like, I think so, but go ahead.
Okay, I'll give you an explanation of a higher self. A higher self, think of a higher self as a being that is standing on top of the mountaintop, looking at the city. You are the person inside the city doing work for the higher self. And the higher self is saying, go left. And you're like, no, I don't want to go left. I'm tired. Fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? Right. So the higher self is actually, it incepts thoughts into you. It's actually you. You don't understand it to be you because you understand yourself to be you, which is in this plane. But your higher self is constantly pushing environmental factors to push you in one direction on purpose. Like you get in a car accident. And you didn't just get in a car accident. Your higher self manifested it so your life can take a specific path. Whether or not you say, oh, this was supposed to happen, or you say, screw this, I don't need this, I'm a victim. I'm a victim of life. If you look at it that way, then life will show back to you. Your higher self will reflect back to you. Okay, if you think that you're a victim, then life will make you a victim.
You're not powerless.
You're not powerless. We're actually always in control.
Right. But the way of thinking, though, is they think that they are a victim, right?
Yes.
They think that they're powerless.
Well, the universe is so unconditionally loving, it will give you whatever experience you want.
Whoa.
If you want the experience of feeling like a victim, oh my gosh, then you're going to manifest victimness into everything. Because you have to realize people will treat you how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's actually, if you think about reality like this, there is no other person in the whole entire world. Yeah. There is only you, and everybody else is a reflection of you of a different aspect of yourself. Wow. So everything you dislike about somebody, you've done.
Yeah.
If you don't like people that cut you off when you speak, you cut people off when you speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God, that sucks.
Even Jesus quoted. He said, I can't remember the verse exactly, but whatever you give out comes back, folded down, laid on your lap. He was talking about we manifest what we want. We manifest not what we want. Well, technically, put it this way: you'll only make choices for one reason and one reason only. This is like a fact, a law. You make a choice if you think that it's going to better you. So if you make a choice and you think that it will better you, that means if you're making bad choices, you actually think that the bad choice is much, much better than any alternative of changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to ask yourself, if I hate this action I do every single day, or I hate this emotional reaction I have when people reject me, or whatever it is, you hate that, but you don't do anything to change it, you're making a choice because you've already realized it's a problem. You realize this is a habit I have. I don't like it. Oh, well, it's a habit. You actually can't have a habit if you're a conscious being.
Yeah.
Like I used to have addictions. I used to have habits. And I don't have habits anymore because I've moved my reality so off of my normal reality. Every single day of my life is different. You ask yourself, people are like, well, you can't move into a different reality. Everything's just going to be the same reality. Well, it depends on how far you move from your reality you were currently in. If you were in a reality of working 8 hours a day, coming home, drinking a beer, going to sleep, and doing it again, and you move your reality to quitting your job and traveling all over the world, you've moved your reality super far from your path. So then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I am in a different reality. I'm in a different earth because I changed my reality. Reality is not supposed to be repetitive. We made it repetitive because our logical brain, our masculine brain, took over and made everything repetitive. Get up, do this, go to work, come home. I will never do anything now. I will never do anything that is outside of my vibrational comfort zone. Even if it's going to make me a lot of money, I'm not going to go work somewhere that I feel like I'm not effective. I'm not effective if I'm busting tables somewhere and I'm angry that I'm busting tables. I can't give off an energy field that's positive in that environment if I'm just kind of like, oh, I'll put up with it. You know what I mean? Like my energy state, your energy state should be the most valuable thing in your whole entire life.
Yeah.
If anything throws off your energy state, if you cannot change it in a positive way, walk away. Like, get away from that situation. Let it be. You know what I mean? If you, no matter what you do in a negative state of energy, whether it's try to get back at somebody or yell at somebody or try to make somebody wrong, put them in their place. If you do it in a negative energy state, you will never get a positive reaction out of that. You'll never feel bigger. You'll feel bigger for about 2 seconds.
Right.
And then it will backlash at you, and you're like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
It's because we have a collective egoic identity, and that collective egoic identity is I must be better than you, bigger than you, stronger than you, faster than you. It's actually impossible for anybody to be better than another person. You know what I mean? Because you can't compare. Every individual is creating a separate identity and a separate reality, and that separate identity cannot be compared because they're so different. Like you can't compare an elephant and a fish on which one knows how to swim laps fastest.
Right.
So there's actually no comparison. All structures of mind that lead you to try to compare yourself with others always lead to destruction and lead to failure. They always lead to you trying to enhance your sense of self.
Right.
What conscious living is, what awareness is, what enlightenment is, it is no longer needing other people to know who you are. The ego always needs something to attach itself. Hi, I work at this job. I do this. I'm married to so-and-so. I have this many kids, and I make this much money. The ego needs things to become somebody.
Right.
Your conscious
it's your defining point, in a sense. Like you see it as what
you actually can't define yourself, so you need other things to define yourself. You don't know who you are. That's what egoicness is. That's what neediness is, clinging, attachment. So what happens when you become conscious? You actually find your identity beyond form. What is your identity beyond form? It's simply that, is your formless essence. What inside of you is eternal. What inside of you does not die.
Wow.
Can you find that aspect of yourself? And if you do, which you can, which it is the being that is staring at me right now. That's the ever-present consciousness. It's the same consciousness that I am.
Yeah.
But we just have different forms because we decided to play a game called life.
This is fun.
Exactly. And you guys may notice I'm pushing an energy field into the room when I do this. I go into a state of high energy field, and you guys may feel or sense that energy field as I continue on, and may feel it for quite a bit of time after this. Kind of like a flushing of your system. It may detox your body a little bit too. So it's an intense energy, but I get it too. I get it right when I talk like this and I just let this information come through. I get into a state where like my body detoxes and I can't eat for a while.
Really? You can't eat for a while?
Yeah, like it's just like it's just really intense on my body because there's a lot of information that I channel through because I've connected to what people would call your higher self. I've connected to them on a telepathic level. So a lot of the information I get through, I'm actually channeling from my higher dimensional self.
Wow.
Whether you guys believe that or not is irrelevant to the fact that I hope that information helps you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, heck yeah.
Because what people don't understand is since everybody's creating their reality, every time somebody hears something that they think isn't true, like they're like, that's stupid, that's not true. Them saying that energy towards it actually will keep that event from happening to them because they're negative about it. They push that reality away. They decided to create a reality out of disbelief or a reality out of the dogs are so cute. They decided to create a reality out of disbelief. But here, do you have any questions?
We were just chatting because like the school that we're a part of out here, the guy that's kind of like the leader of the house is literally, dude, he's like just amazing. Just his life, everything about it. You're just like standing around him. You're like, oh my god, like something is going on. Just when you're standing there, like any anxiety you have, things like that, when you walk up next to him, just dissipates immediately. So just the way he carries himself, and he was talking about how he does family and relationship, and how when he comes home specifically, he won't rush into talking about the problems that he's experienced in that day.
Yes.
And he was saying how like just the simple things are like my favorite as of right now where I'm at.
Yes.
So he was discussing how like. Again, really simple, but if someone's discussing a problem without looking to that person for a solution, he's like, I will not speak of it at all. Because I'm not going to put that, if you will, negative energy on someone. From a negative experience that I had.
Yeah.
So he was saying, like, I won't even talk to my wife about that until we have a set up time to specifically talk about that, so that she's ready to hear that. And it's just amazing, dude. Like, this guy, his family is the greatest living testimony of what he believes. Because like we project everything that we believe.
We manifest.
Yeah, we manifest it. My life right now, what you're seeing is me projecting my core belief system.
Yeah.
And so he's like, dude, to me, he's like someone in the flesh that I'm seeing that he's like 60, in his early 60s. The most amazing family I've ever seen. The most amazing marriage I've ever seen. Like, just absolutely. So we were just discussing that. Some of the stuff you're saying is like very similar. So
awesome. Yeah. What a lot of people will see now is that because of the energy that's coming into Earth, it is basically a wave of consciousness. What people perceive to be God. They think of God as something that's separate. It's something God is going to come save them or God is going to come redeem them. When really God is an aspect of themselves that they actually lost when they decided to incarnate in physical reality. So God is an aspect of ourselves. We are God collectively. So that one consciousness that is God lives in all life. So every single life form, like think of it as like God is like air, and then like we are like a glove. So then it kind of God is pushing life force through all living things, and it's a reality that's constantly rebuilding itself infinitely to have different experiences where we actually can meet ourselves in another form.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, dude.
Yeah.
So what do you call that though? Because I've experienced that quite a bit. Like when I'm speaking, like I'm like subconsciously aware of what I'm saying, but here, like there's literally not a filter as it's coming out of my mouth. Like my mind is registering what I'm saying after it's already been said.
Yeah, well, that's a channeling a higher aspect of yourself. When I speak to you guys now, and also when I can channel my fifth dimensional self. If you guys want to hear from him as well. Right now, I talk as myself. I'm not talking as my fifth dimensional self. But I can have my fifth dimensional self come through, and he speaks from the Orion star system. That's how he introduces himself.
How did you find that?
It's a knock on the door. When you raise your vibration, when you get to a reality where you are living in your highest excitement at every moment, like every moment, you're like, I'm gonna do what I enjoy, not because I'm afraid or I feel like I need to protect myself. I'm going to do it because I enjoy doing it, and you keep doing that. You raise your consciousness level over and over again, and you keep pushing out the manifestation of your excitement into your reality. So then all of a sudden people will start reflecting back. Events will start reflecting back your excitement, which is what you love doing. I'm doing it right now. I didn't know I was going to be doing this a month and a half ago. A month and a half ago I was depressed and suicidal.
A month and a half ago?
A month and a half ago I was still addicted to the painkillers.
Wow.
Yes, I was fucked up. I had a spiritual awakening about February 5th, on my birthday.
Wow.
I woke up to the truth of who I was, and my soul spoke to me. My soul spoke to me like word for word. And then once that happened, I began...
Can you explain that, what you're saying, like your soul speaking to you?
Yeah, what did it say?
My soul spoke to me. I actually have it on my phone, I think. Actually, wait. I don't...
Dude, this is so nuts, bro.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So, I'll do a verbatim of what my soul said. It said, James, I am your soul. I'm very excited for this, intense and tumultuous time of the very necessary energy realignment of your system. I sent Ashley for you. Mesh your energy with hers, and I think he said rest, eat, drink a lot of water, and be light and gentle on yourself. You don't have to become anything yet because you just got out of bed.
Wow.
So he spoke to me that
so
in
he
words.
said, "I am your soul."
I am your soul, specifically, yes.
Wow.
And then after that at that time I was still in and out of depression, taking a lot kind of painkillers on and off. I honestly wanted to commit suicide for a long time. I was pretty much done with this reality. I wanted out. I was very done. I was just in a lot of pain, and I didn't realize that the pain was completely self-created. So I actually, after that night, I got the whole idea for my book. My higher self gave me the idea for a book called The Conceptual Life: Internally Building Your Outer Reality.
Yeah.
Because I saw basically how when that happened, I saw the structure of reality and how it works, and how we literally create our reality. But every time we feel negative, and we tell somebody that negativity, like, I can't believe so-and-so at work, or da-da-da, you constantly are pushing your pain because you can't deal with it. You're pushing it into your family members, into your friends. Like you had said about that guy that doesn't speak about that. If I have a problem that's really concerning me, I don't share it with her until the problem is resolved. And then I talk about it. Hey, look, I learned from this because I had a problem. I dealt with it, and this is how it got resolved. I never talked to her negative energy. I never talked to her as a complaint.
Yeah.
That you don't realize. You could just be like, well, I'm just venting. Why can't you let me vent? But your venting is actually you unconsciously needing to get rid of your pain. You can't hold on to your pain, so you have to get it out of you. And once you realize you're doing that, you're like, all this pain I'm having, I'm going to push it into her, into my mom, into my friends. Then they're going to push it back into me subconsciously because they're only a reflection of myself.
Wow.
So then you'll realize that your relationship you thought was bad with everybody was only bad because your relationship with yourself was bad.
Yep, that's true. And I don't say that lightly. That is true.
It
This
is.
is freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
Jordan, this is my buddy James.
I don't know.
And his fiance.
Maybe, but maybe not right now.
Yeah. Feel free to you can connect with me online. I can do it over the internet.
Just some water.
James, great to meet you.
James, I'm Jordan. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Ashley.
Ashley? Nice to meet you.
Janine.
Oh, Janine.